Welcome to Crocodile MTG, your home of competitive, constructed play in the modern, standard, and legacy formats. Today's video was brought to you by all our wonderful sponsors, affiliates, and patrons. Thank you so much for supporting the Crocodile MTG channel, and we hope you enjoy today's video. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jordan with Crocodile MTG, here bringing you another Magic the Gathering video. Today we are playing Izzet Ensoul. We are playing an aggressive artifact deck based around the card Ensoul Artifact, which makes a creature with an artifact. Enchant Artifact. Enchanted Artifact is base power 5/5. We're going to go ahead and keep this hand. We have a turn 1 Bomat Courier into a turn 2 Smuggler's Copter or an Ensoul Artifact, and I think that's definitely a very powerful start to this match. Looks like we're against a Fatal Push deck that's going to take care of our Bomat Courier here. So that's actually a play pattern I would have done a little differently. I would have waited till I attacked on this turn, my turn 2. That way they could exile another card here. Here's Jace Vryn's Prodigy. What we're actually going to get to do here, though, is Smuggler's Copter is going to get to... We're actually going to play Skilled Animator here because it's a little more mana efficient. Smuggler's Copter is going to become a 5/5 artifact creature, and it doesn't need to be crewed, which is super awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and attack. Yes, I'm going to use the ability, and I'm going to discard Shivan Reef here and keep a Bomat Courier. So we'll get in for 5 here, and it's also a 5/5 flyer, which is awesome. And our opponent looks like it's a blue-black control deck. We'll see what their top end is. It may be like something like Gurmag Angler or Tasigur. Oh, it looks like it's Grixis because they did discard a Pyromancer here. But it looks like they don't have any red mana. So that is one difficulty of playing a 3-color deck in Pioneer, is we don't have the fetch lands. So we're not actually able to fetch out the exact mana sources we need. So some players keep riskier hands that they're used to keeping in Modern that actually isn't going to do very well. So Liliana's coming down here. Liliana's probably going to... Okay, they tick down here, putting more cards in our opponent's graveyard for Jace. They actually choose not to put a creature into the... or put a card into their hand. That's actually a little interesting here. So what is the play? The play is to play a Bomat Courier, so I do not need to play this tapped. Actually, I should have left the land in my hand. So I'm going to play a Bomat Courier here, and then I'm actually going to Ensoul Artifact it. Actually, do we just win if we attack? Because we attack for 7. Yeah, we actually just win with Shrapnel Blast here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn 4 our opponent. I'm going to attack everything at our opponent, hit them for... I'm not going to use Smuggler Copter ability just because there's no point. We're going to hit our opponent for 7, and then we're going to sacrifice probably the Bomat Courier here, and we're just going to get the deal 5 to our opponent. So that actually didn't matter. And now our opponent is dead. Turn 4. Turn 4 win. That's how aggressive this deck can be. And that was with a Fatal Push on our Bomat Courier on turn 1. So definitely a very powerful card here. Some cards to consider bringing in. Definitely the Stubborn Denials. Possibly a Fry, because they do have Jace Vryn's Prodigy. However, I think I'd rather have the Wild Slash. So I think I'm going to not take the Fry. I think Wild Slash and Stubborn Denial are probably very good cards in this matchup. Electrickery, also, we saw Young Pyromancer, so that's an early card that can cause us a headache. And most of their removal is going to be pretty targeted to 2 mana, so I think Hangerback Walker is actually a pretty good card because they probably have things like Fatal Push and like maybe Shock or Wild Slash. I'm not actually sure what their top end would be. So Revoker probably is actually fine. because they do have their Jaces and they have their Liliana the Last Hope. Skilled Animator might be a little slow. I could see trimming on that. But it is an Ensoul effect, so I don't know if I actually want to do that. So let me see here. We have Ginger Brute, probably fine. Ghostfire Blade, which is good. The issue with these decks being so new is it's sometimes hard to figure out exactly what you want to cut. Smuggler's Copter's fine here. Stonecoil Serpent's probably a very good card in this matchup as well. Maybe I'm trying to bring in too much. Let me cut the Bomat Couriers because I feel like we're gonna. No, we want to be able to refill against control. Maybe it's just the Hope of Gear per. We'll bring in 2 Stubborn Denials for that. I could see trimming the Pia and Kira and maybe Skilled Animator because I don't want them to 2-for-1 us here. So that I think welcomes the Hangerback Walkers. I'm going to trim a Shrapnel Blast and put in a Wild Slash to kill Young Pyromancer. And I think I'm going to trim a Smuggler's Copter for this other Hangerback Walker. I think Hangerback Walker is probably good enough in this matchup. Stonecoil is really good here. I'm going to take out a Ginger Brute for an Electrickery. I think we want all the cards in this matchup. Stubborn Denial is definitely one of those cards that I think is good enough. Maybe I over sideboarded though. Alright, let's see here. We have 1 mana, and we have a Stonecoil Serpent. Probably not good enough in this match, so let's go ahead and take a mulligan. Ooh, we have the Ensoul Artifact on a Darksteel Citadel. I don't think they can deal with that, so we're actually going to keep this. We also have a Shrapnel Blast and a Hangerback Walker. I think maybe the worst card in this hand is kind of Ginger Brute, honestly. Maybe I'm going to dump the Shrapnel Blast. I don't think it's what we're looking for in this hand. I think this hand's pretty good all on its own. So I'm actually going to play Ginger Brute on turn 1. In turn 2, I think I'm going to play Phyrexian Revoker and maybe I just name Jace. Oh, our opponent has the Thoughtseize. I forgot about Thoughtseize. All right, so our opponent is taking. They took 4 on turn 1 because they're playing the Shock lands and they played Thoughtseize. So playing Blood Crypt and Thoughtseize definitely takes a toll on their life total. So wow, they took Hangerback Walker. I bet they don't see the interaction with Darksteel Citadel and Soul. So I'm gonna go ahead and play Ginger Brute here and attack in for 2. I think next turn, even though I want to play the Phyrexian Revoker, I think maybe I just play Ensoul Artifact on the Darksteel and just leave it. Unless they have another Thoughtseize here. Oh no, they have another Thoughtseize. Oh, they took the Ensoul Artifact. Okay. Alright, we drew a Risen Reef here. I think I'm just going to go ahead and play out the Phyrexian Revoker. I think here I want to name Liliana the Last Hope. I think that's more of a threat to our board. Liliana Last Hope. I think that's more of a threat to our board than... Oh, did they got the Fatal Push? Alright, they got the Fatal Push. They actually Fatal Push Ginger Brute here. A little surprising. So now do they have a removal spell? I'm not sure what they're playing here for 2 black mana. Oh, probably their top end card. Oh, Collective Brutality. Okay. They discard an Opt to -2 and... Alright, so we're going to go ahead here and play Stonecoil Serpent for 3. And maybe this is good enough to get somewhere. They have only 1 card left in hand. So this is one advantage of this deck as well, is just the fact that Ooh, maybe I just played... No, I don't play Gingerbrute here. I'm definitely playing another Stonecoil Serpent. That's another advantage of this deck, is just the threats are so good all across the board that it's just one of those... And 3 power seems to be pretty good against their threats here. Alright, so we hit him for 3. Next turn we're going to hit him for a 6. Our opponent is unfortunately complaining about having mana problems. It sucks, but it does happen. Alright, we're going to play Gingerbrute here. And we're going to attack in for... Okay, they have Lightning Axe. They discard Opt. Alright. If we need to, we can pay 1 red now and get our Bomat Courier card. But we are going to swing in here for 5, and then next turn, hopefully we can find something to win the match. Oh, and our opponent just concedes. There we go. Grixis Control, we beat 2-0. Thank you all so much for watching. This was match number 2. Stay tuned. We're going to hop into match number 3. Thank you so much for watching. Please go hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video. For your custom playmats, mousepads, and more, head over to Inked Gaming. Use promo code crocodilemtg10 to receive 10% off your order. Today's video was brought to you by all our wonderful sponsors, affiliates, and patrons.